want to know how you can start a business with only $1,000? In today's video, I'm going to show you guys the 6 simple steps that I took to create a business with only $1,000, and that business today generates me anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 in sales each month and about $2,000 to $3,000 in net profit. If you want to learn how I did it, stick around because I'm going to show you guys in this video. What's happening, everyone? My name is Sam and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to explain to you guys in 6 simple steps how I took $1,000 and created a business that generates anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 in monthly sales and about $2,000 to $3,000 in net profit each month. Before we get into the video, guys, if you are new to my channel and haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more videos like this, and to hit that like button to make sure that everyone on the internet and on YouTube can see this video and learn about how they can create a business as well. If you guys are ready, I'm going to go ahead and start with step number 1. Create the accounts that are necessary to run your business. What you want to do is you want to create a separate email account that's going to link all your other accounts as well. The reason is because we want to keep everything that is business related and personal related separate from each other. You also want to create an eBay account and an Amazon account for your online sales. Now, keep in mind that when you are creating your Amazon account, that there are 2 separate kinds of seller accounts that you can create. One is FBA, which is fulfilled by Amazon, and this, you're basically shipping all your inventory into an Amazon fulfillment center, and Amazon is in charge of all the shipping and the handling of your inventory. They are going to charge you for this service, so I would highly recommend to stay clear from FBA and focus on FBM, which is fulfilled by merchant. In FBM, as you might have guessed by now, this is where you're in charge of shipping and handling of your inventory. Amazon is still going to charge you for this service for selling on their platform. However, the fees are way less than what they would be if you were to do FBA. You also want to join as many buy and sell applications and pages as well. Applications for your phone include OfferUp, LetGo, and Craigslist. Pages and groups can all be found on Facebook. I also recommend joining Facebook Marketplace if you haven't done so, because this will allow you to post your listings on your local market, and at the same time, if you are part of other buy and sell groups on Facebook, you can list that same listing on all those pages at once. Step number 2 is to find a product or a niche to sell. A few tips that I would like to share with you guys in regards to finding a product or a niche are as follows. Tip number 1 is that you want to find a product that you can still be able to make a lot of money on, but will incentivize people to come and buy them from you rather than going to those actual department stores. What I mean is, for example, I like to buy tools knowing that when I buy these tools, I can still get good dollar amounts for these tools, yet undercut my major competitors like Home Depot and Lowe's and get those customers to come to me. You want to keep that in mind when you're looking for your product. Tip number 2 is that you don't want to look for something that is seasonal. You don't want to be buying Christmas trees in the middle of January because you're not going to sell any Christmas trees in the middle of January. So what you want to do is find a product that you can sell year round. Tip number 3 is to find a product or a niche of products that you know won't take up too much space. When starting out, most likely you're not going to go and get a large storage unit. You're going to keep everything within close confines of yourself. So say your house, maybe your closet, maybe your car, maybe the garage, or wherever you find extra space. When you are getting started, keep that in mind because you don't want to go buy, say, 50 bathtubs and not have a place to keep them. Stay small, look for those products with high margins and products that you know you can sell year round. Step number 3 is to bid on auctions online. When it comes to finding auctions online, there are a couple places that you can go to. I started off by searching online wholesale liquidation. That brought me to a bunch of different sites, including liquidation.com, direct liquidators, and bstock. But liquidation.com, That is the most user-friendly and beginner-friendly site to start off with. Keep in mind though that with liquidation.com, and as with many other online liquidation sites, they just play as a third-party facilitator. They provide the platform for the sellers themselves to sell their products online. When you are purchasing from these sites, keep in mind that they don't actually hold the inventory themselves. Rather, they get them from the direct supplier or another person. Always make sure to read the terms and conditions to understand what you have to do when you're bidding on the auctions, what you do when you win the auctions, and what you have to do when you receive the items. It also helps to read the manifest that is provided to you on the auctions. The manifest is going to show you the name of the item, the number of items that are in those pallets, the price of that item at a retail store, the SKU, the ASIN, and a little tiny description of what the item is. The manifest will help you to calculate the total number of items that will be in all those pallets, which will help you to calculate the cost per item, as I mentioned in step number 2. Step number 4 is receiving your inventory. Depending on how big the order is that you have bought, your items are either going to arrive in a truckload or a less than truckload. If you purchase more than 5 to 7 pallets, chances are you're going to need either a pallet jack or a forklift or a lift gate to get the items off of the trailers. The shipping company that is used to bring the products to you is going to ask whether you have these or not. If you don't, they will either charge you an extra amount to get the items off the trailers, or they're going to require you to get one. If you do not have access to any of this, don't worry, because like I said, you can start off with the smaller orders. You can buy 1 to maybe 3 or 4 pallets at a time, which will allow the shipping company to bring the items to your residential address instead of having to bring it to an industrial or business address. Keep in mind that the cost of shipping will be included in the overall cost of the pallets. You want to know how much you're spending on shipping, because that's going to help you determine how much the items cost you overall. Like I said, you're going to have 2 separate costs. One is going to be the actual items themselves, and the second one is going to be the shipping, handling, and any other fees that are associated with buying items online. When you add these 2 costs together, you'll get the total cost, and then you can divide that by all the numbers to get the cost per item. It also helps that when you're receiving your inventory, to keep track of all the items that you see that are in good or new condition, and all the items that might be used, broken, or damaged. Best practice is to write something on the boxes themselves to help you know that this item right here is new versus this item right here that may have a missing part or might be broken. This will save you a lot of time when you're about to ship the items out, or have a customer who is looking through your items and wants to know whether the item is in good or bad condition. Another tip I have for you is to hold on to all the boxes that the items come in. Those will be really useful when you're shipping your items out on eBay, because you can then just wrap those items in those cardboards, tape them on, and put the shipping label on it and send it to the shipping carrier. Step number 5 is listing and selling your inventory. A few tips that I have is 1, when you receive all your items, best practice is to take as many photos as you can. When I first started out, what I did was, as soon as my items were at their final location, so my storage unit, what I would do then was to take as many photos as I could. My first photo was of my whole entire storage unit, and I used that as my main photo on my listings, so people would know that I have more than just one item that I'm selling. Once you're done taking all your photos, you then want to start listing your items on all those buy and sell applications, including eBay, Amazon, if you choose Amazon, and Facebook Marketplace. When you're completely done listing all your items, here are a few tips that I want to share with you guys. When you are meeting someone in person, always make sure to do it in a public place. You want to be able to do it in the daytime as well, just for your safety and the safety of the person. Also, when you're listing your items, make sure to include the condition that the items are in. If the item looks like it's in new condition, but the packaging on it is damaged, then you might want to list it as a new open box. If the item looks completely new and there's nothing wrong with the packaging, then you can go ahead and list it as new. For items that are used or refurbished or might be damaged, you want to include all the descriptions you can so the customer knows what they are purchasing, and so you don't waste their time and your time as well. As you're doing this, make sure to write the condition of the item on the box or on a separate sticky note. That way, in the future, when you come back to the item, you know whether it's in new condition or if it's broken or missing pieces. Step number 6 and the final step is to rinse and repeat. What I've learned from doing this business is that in order to make money, you have to focus on buying more and more items. This isn't a kind of business where you go in expecting to double or triple your money overnight. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to grow this business, and you need to have the patience to do so. What I recommend is that as soon as you make your initial investment back, you want to reinvest it back into buying more inventory. The first pallets that I bought, as soon as I made the money back on those pallets, I went and bought some more. Not only did I have items left over from my initial investment, I had more items now as well. This compound growth will give you access to more and more inventory. If you start off with, say, $1,000 worth of items today, but in a year you have $50,000 worth of items, well, if you saw half of that, you still have $25,000, which is going to be a lot more than what you initially invested. So keep that in mind when you're going through this business process, that in order to be successful, you have to stay focused, you have to be patient, and you have to be willing to reinvest back into this business. So there you have it, guys. Those are the 6 simple steps that I took and you can take as well to grow a business like the one that I have. It's important to follow those steps and to educate yourself and to stay knowledgeable. If you have found this video useful and have decided that you want to apply some of these steps for yourself, make sure to subscribe to my channel because I am going to share with you guys some more experiences that I have gained from being in this business and some tips and tricks on how you can grow and expand your business. With that, I will see you guys all in the next video.